the baseboards are painted with, what is it,
Swiss coffee semi-gloss. The Swiss coffee
Yeah.
semi-gloss.
because they're flat.
And they did that to our other house for us too.
I agree, that's what they do on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how they come on track homes.
Okay, and
I
then,
mean, no, these are flat, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. Yeah, because that's what Kenny did that, yeah.
okay.
Okay.
What we're thinking about, I know it's probably gonna be about 4 colors, but one of this is like an accent wall will be here. Okay, so this will be an accent wall.
Okay.
And then the rest of this would be in probably a light gray. And I imagine it's either a satin or a semi-gloss you do.
It's purely a preference, and we'll go over all of that with you on
Okay.
the benefits of the sheens.
Okay. Oh, they took our thing off. Okay, so anyway, and then in here, we were thinking about probably the same accent color here on that, in that area.
Okay.
And then the gray, the grayish
Okay.
light color would be.
Yeah, that makes
on
perfect
this.
sense. The accent wall, yes.
If it's like a tannish color or something.
Are you good with choosing colors, helping with colors?
Don't ask, I told you not to ask, because we have to decide.
We definitely have pointers. Through the last few years, you know, our economy's kind of went bad. And we've been competing with a lot of other people that have come into the trade that maybe haven't been doing it as long and are offering some cheap prices that things look good for a little while, especially outside. So we have started helping some customers with colors. You'll have to discuss that with Kenny, how far he's willing to go with that before we have started to implement a program where we do start to charge for it. So it's purely on, if you don't abuse them too much, they'll certainly help you for nothing. If it starts to be a little more than just an easy thing, we are starting to get, because sometimes a customer doesn't understand that when we go to get a sample, we're sending the boss to get a sample on his time, there and back, and then you put the sample up, you wait for it to dry. You had a guy that did that, he washed out his tool, and then someone comes along, and maybe they weren't even there at that time, and they look at it and they say, I don't really like that. So we encourage everyone to do as much of your own
Yeah,
homework as you
We
can.
talked about that again today, that's something we need to do.
Let me ask you a question though. Okay, when you see the palette, like I'm looking at the Bear website, because I know you guys use the Bear. So I'm looking at that website, and then it has a palette with the main color I've chosen, and you know, a few. Does that mean that those colors truly go together?
Go together. I haven't looked at the website, but do you guys not have an actual color wheel?
Oh yeah. Well, I've
It
got.
can provide you with the full book.
No, I'm just using this kind of thing here.
Oh, okay.
And I've got.
Is it an interior one?
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Generally, they have laid those out. Generally, they have them where they're three together.
Right, and I have a whole bunch in the car. They're in there that we have but this is what I was asking about was, it's just because that'll make it easier.
Well, that's what we're already trying to do, then.
Yeah, and that's my question is, okay, these
Yes,
palettes, when they do
those
that,
are certainly designed to go together.
those are all,
when they
okay,
do
that was my big question. Okay, that helps me a lot to know how to
Well, it
choose the
helps
colors.
us as well, because we're
Yeah.
not designers, and, you know, I do know some things about color. When picking a taupe color, which we would describe these as a taupe color.
Okay.
One thing you want to always guard yourself against, inside or out, these colors are so close to pink.
Oh, yeah, so we don't want.
Tan and pink are very much the same color. It's a
Okay.
matter of just a couple of drops that turns your color from a nice warm taupe to a pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe even worse, kind of a mauve-y thing that maybe you weren't wanting.
Okay, so we have nothing anymore.
The gray to me is a very hard color for me to pick for myself, because gray does some things here where it has a blue family.
Right, right.
And again, and then it starts to go into Now you have these other colors that are more earth tony, but they are, you know, I don't know if you're looking for a true gray, or a lot of times people are calling these grays.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for more of a true gray.
Okay.
This was, let's see, this silver polish, silver screen, and silver shadow were kind of
Okay.
ones that we were kind of looking at.
I wish I had a better memory. I remember silver shadow being used somewhere, but I don't remember how it came out.
Okay.
Are you a fan of something that's leaning towards the blue?
Probably not. We were leaning more towards the warmer brown.
Okay.
The beige.
Like I said, that's what I would be worried of getting in those two colors, would be bringing out some blue in it.
We were thinking about getting the small little things, pick out 6 or whatever, and then put something on the wall so that we can see what it's going to look like after it dries and everything.
Yeah.
And then we would say, okay, we're going to need this color and that color for that.
Yeah, but
And I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, and my main question was if how they're putting them together on those palette things, that truly are colors that go together, then
That's what the designers say.
All right, okay, that helps me.
We would never pick that straight out, but yeah, those are predetermined by them, and that is a good way to go. I do see, like I said, the problem with the gray is I think both of these are going to turn blue once you get the sample. I think this one's going to look like a white, like what you have now.
Oh yeah, we don't want white.
So maybe if there's something that you see, maybe
down.
I see colors different than other people as well. So maybe you don't see blue in those, but to me,
I do.
everything grows. This is a
Yeah.
little tiny spot. Imagine you put it on the
Yeah.
wall,
And
it
it
becomes
just
so
Yeah,
big.
grows.
we don't want it to be
Yeah.
too blue.
Okay.
Okay, all right, he doesn't talk.
But the little samples are a good way to go.
Okay.
You don't have to stick to just bare colors because they will color match anything.
Well, the only reason we're saying to stick to bare colors because when we sold the other house and we had picked Glidden colors and then they made them bare paint. And then when we went to patch holes, we couldn't get
On one
we
particular
couldn't
one.
get it to match.
Burmese beige.
Okay.
Because
we couldn't get it to match no matter what. I had to do it 3 times, and it did not match at all. And here I got this area I had to fix, and it just I couldn't do anything with it.
That's a pretty wise choice because things do get lost over the years. Even the formula that comes on top of the can, I always tell people to store that in your email. Take a picture of it, email
Well,
it
I
to
did.
us.
Yeah, we had the can.
I
Yeah.
let them run it, and they could never match
They
it.
couldn't. Yeah,
Over the past 3 years,
yeah it was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we did a tint change. They took all of our tint base
Okay.
used to be made of oil-based paint, oil-based tints, and that was the medium that tinted your latex paint and your oil-based products.
So they changed
Well,
it. That's why.
we've changed everything in our 4 counties. We have the strictest paint regulations in the United States.
Wow.
Much like our smog regulations for California's vehicles,
Okay.
Okay.
we're flagshipping all of this new paint.
Gee.
So 3 years ago they changed all the tints.
That's right.
2 or 3 years ago, I don't remember exactly when. They changed all of our paints. All of our paints went to 0 VOC except for exterior and oil-based products.
And that makes it
Completely reformulated, acts different,
okay.
performs different. So there was no way they could take an old formula with that tint and make a new one. So that might have happened right in that
I wish they had
transition.
told you that instead of just saying, well, it should work. No, it didn't.
They don't always
Right,
know
don't
at Home
even know.
Depot.
Yeah.
Those people, you could figure they could have called someone from the garden department that's
Yeah.
barely been trained in
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
Okay.
It takes years to, I don't even know everything, and like I said, they just reformulated it all. So
Wow.
we're back at
Okay.
all of our lacquers. Lacquer used to be a really good product to use. We can't, you have to use a retarder to keep it from flashing because it's a very hot thing. We always added a hot chemical to it to make it work. Well, now it's such a hot thing that you have to retard it. Now that they're retarding it, they're taking all the integrity of the lacquer away. So if you can make it work, it's not very good product.
Yeah.
And making it work is more expensive because we never had retarders $45 a gallon.
Wow. That's a
And if you want to do lacquer in a professional manner, you have to go to Arizona to get the stuff to do it. and it's a $10,000 fine for me to have that stuff.
Oh my.
You're allowed to have it, but
So we'd have to go there, cross state lines with it, get arrested.
and it would never be able to be in my truck. Yes.
Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah, everything. So they've changed everything, but that's a wise choice. We do believe that Bear touches up better than most paints.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we figured, we do that.
Boy, that's that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, back to work. So
That whole area was totally like that. Little dots, everything, overspray or whatever.
So they've been doing, I can tell all the cabinets are a lot deeper color than they were when we were here last time, so they've really been doing some work on this.
All right, so
I was thinking too, maybe accent wall there, in there, because you mentioned that, right? And so maybe accent wall inside there.
all right, so that and this and that, and maybe the same color.
Yeah, probably the same accent color.
Could be. I have 2 accent colors.
All right, so then in here you already know what this is about, right?
Yep, we got that one.
In here, this would be pretty much the same color as out there, that kind of a gray, if we're gonna go with the gray. We had a
Our
gray
body
before.
color, yes.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure, but I'm not 100% sure on color.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just letting them know, this is gonna be the same color.
It is beneficial for us to know somewhat what colors, because some colors take more work than others, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're not always informed of that. Sometimes it does sneak up
Okay.
on us.
Now this here is already some kind of a semi-gloss or something in here. I don't
Swiss
know.
copper.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay,
The satin color.
but this here, I'm thinking about the bathrooms being a separate color.
Yeah, but that, whatever color this room turns out, that would be the same color.
This would be
I'm
the
gonna
same.
make that
Okay,
all-
to match the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
And so
would
I'm
do
not
that.
sure what color this room's
But
gonna
I
be
don't want it
yet.
to be look like, we don't want, well, that's between us, but
Yeah.
we don't want this to be the same as what we're putting out there, because why paint this if it's gonna look the same?
What are you saying? I don't understand that.
Well,
The
this is
color
a
or the
flat.
sheen?
Yeah, the sheen. This
Okay.
is a flat.
Well, here's a wonderful thing that, another bit of information, you can believe me or not. When you are putting a paint with a sheen, whether it's an eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, over another paint that is an eggshell,
Okay.
satin, semi-gloss, it works on the sheen that's underneath it. So even if I was to put eggshell in there, it would be completely washable for you. And it would have more sheen than it would have up here.
Well, because we're gonna go eggshell throughout because.
That's probably what we would have recommended.
Yeah, that's, we
Yeah,
did it
we
with
do.
our other house, that's what Kenny recommended on the other house, so
Mhm.
yeah, we wanna do eggshell throughout, but then in the bathrooms, so the bathrooms which are already have the sheen on underneath, and they'll even be better.
It will build on that. If you take eggshell, like I probably learned this by accident. If you take eggshell and you put it over flat, it dries to the consistency of the shine of about an egg.
Okay.
That's why they call it eggshell.
Okay.
When you put it over that, it's going to be much more shiny.
Okay.
Like you would think that it was a different paint. And
Okay.
that's just my recommendation. If it's something you don't like when we try it, it's purely based on we're buying 4 different colors inside the house.
Yeah.
If we start doing bathrooms in satin, we can't do that bathroom in just a gallon. So now we're adding another color of paint. Same color, but an extra 2 gallons of a different product. So now we're gonna have a waste of 3/4 of a gallon in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a waste of however much here and there. So that's why we would recommend it.
Okay.
And anyone who's a fan of eggshell is going to be a fan of that in the bathroom, as long as they see that it's completely washable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays, we are kind of trying to get away from the super shiny stuff. And I'll go ahead and tell you what Ken calls semi-gloss, public restroom.
Okay.
If you're painting your walls, he thinks that semi-gloss on the wall looks like a public restroom.
Oh, a public restroom,
Mhm.
oh,
So that's
okay.
why eggshell is what we want to paint.
Eggshell, yeah.
And we could bump that up to satin. Ken may say satin or not, but let's leave that as an option,
Okay.
because eggshell has a wonderful look.
Yeah,
Okay.
we like
I think it's a
eggshell.
richer look.
And you can wipe eggshell off.
Eggshell, they say, is washable, not scrubbable, so you won't want to take a green Scotch-Brite pack